What's up everyone, this is SliferKing here, and today you join me back in a game which I haven't featured on this channel for quite a little bit of a while now. This is the return of City Skylines. So, you may remember a year or two ago, this city, Sliferville, as I named it back then. So, basically what we were doing back then is just a general gameplay, showing off like the game. And we're also testing out a couple of mods as well. And oh dear, what's going on down here? For some reason the water pump has stopped working. Bit strange. Power's good. Sorry, just got distracted then for a second. Let me just fix this quickly. Oh, right. So it's not... It's sewage that's the problem. So hopefully that'll work. Sorry about this. I didn't actually realise this area was badly affected. There we go. Alright. I think it's clearing out now. Yep, there we go. Right, sorry about that. So, as I was, about a year or so ago, I played City Skylines, and I was also testing out a couple of like workshop mods, like this train station, some of the trains, the ability to fly airplanes, and so on and so on. However, the one thing I never did was play the City Skylines DLC. Well, as of today, that is about to change. Because today we are kicking off the first of our DLC series. So, basically what that means is, week by week, or maybe every 2 weeks, I'm going to be looking at the different DLC available for City Skylines. Yes, I have actually purchased them all, so we'll be doing them piece by piece. So we'll be adding the content to the city, and then showing off what the mod comes with. And this week is probably my favourite of the ones. Today we are looking at the mass transit mod. So, one of the most important things about having a city, of course, is the ability to make sure that your transport runs efficiently. And, as a good case in point, as you can see, this bit keeps suffering from traffic. So, what are we going to do about it? Well, that's quite simple. We're going to add some more transport features. So, let's go first off to the transport. So, the new DLC adds a couple new sections. It adds monorail, cable car, and it also adds a blimp as well. Also adds new support for trains. And also I believe it adds, new support for buses. So, let's start off with, let's put down some bus avenues. So, for the buses, it isn't too much, but it does help out. I think it can help out a bit. So let's go for a quiet road as a demonstration. Actually, first, let's look for the bus routes in question. This looks like a good spot. So I'm just going to lay down a bus lane. Oh, sorry, that's garbage dump. Ah, here we go. So, as you can see, the bus avenue, for some reason that bit didn't get selected. I have no idea why. Oh, also I should mention this actually there is actually some road options we'll go through in a minute. There we go. So yes, the bus avenue. It basically is a 2-avenue highway, so a 2-avenue lane, but it adds the bus lane on the side so the buses don't get interfered with traffic. So it can help out. Oh, at least most of the time. For some reason, that one's not going down there. I have no idea why. But yes, it can prove very handy. And since we're looking at the roads, let's continue looking at roads. So some of the new ones that have been added is the 3-lane road. You've also got monorail tracks with 2-lane. Then you've got a monorail with four lanes, bus lanes. This one's the same. However, it's the highways which I think is probably benefited the best from this new DLC. Because as you can see, now we've got two-lane highway with sand barriers. So they've added two-lane highway, and quite helpfully, they've added a four-lane highway. So let's add this down here and see if this will help the problem. So this should help. This should allow the traffic to get a little bit wider for those very handy areas. So I'm going to widen these bits as well. Okay, you can't widen that bit. There are some limitations, as you can see. You still can't, like, put it through dedicated space. This bit, I'll tell you what, this bit, hang on. This bit looks like an absolute headache. So let's clear that. That should clear the bottleneck for a bit. I'll probably flare back up later. So yes, those are the roads. The roundabouts is still the same. Just for the record. So yes, the roads has definitely been very much helped with the new DLC. You can definitely do some interesting new combinations. But now we get to probably my favourite bit. Now we get to the new train system. Now, I do admit there is still a couple mods in here, so I will point out what are mods and what are not. So, one of the new stations for the DLC is the multi-platform end station. So, as you can tell, this has 7 tracks, and it's a terminal station. You've also got one as a through station, I believe. Yeah, oh, these ones are mods. Just to say. Yeah, the rest of the stations are mods. So it adds these ones. Next up, we've got some new stuff for ships. So basically, it introduces ferries. So you've got depot, you got one stop, then you got two stop, then you got ferry and bus exchange. That can definitely prove handy, and then you've got ferry pathway. So let's put down. Tell you what, let's put down a ferry here. Let's put down the terminal there. Now it does need roads, so that's the only downside. But it's not the most dramatic problem in the world. Let's be honest. So let's put that there. Then we'll have this one here. And that one there. And finally, we'll put this one here. So now that we've got our stations, sorry, our ports, now we need to connect them up. And for some reason, that's already a ferry line. I have no idea why. So now we just connect them up. I do admit it can be a bit fiddly, especially when you've got turbines. So sometimes you might have to move the turbines out of the way. I see probably the only negative, but oh well, apart from that, it's not too bad. There we go. Right, so now we've got our our line. We've also got a shortcut round, so traffic doesn't have to worry about it. There we go. So now we need power. Same with water, they need pipes. So that connects those up. Now we need this one. There we go. That one was a little bit fiddly. Oh, that one's already got water. Right, power. That one's good. That one, yep. So, it's just... Okay, they're all good now. Right, so, now that we've got water and power, the line's connected, now we need the roads. So, let's go with... I'll tell you what, let's bring out our new road. Just to demonstrate what it's like. There we go. This one's fairly straightforward. There's that one. Now for this one. Ah, right. Looks like this one might have a problem. But the important thing is, it's connected on one side, so I think that should be right. Right, don't think I need that. Right. And now for the last one, which is here. So, now that we've got those connected, it's now time to deal with the final piece of the puzzle. Oh, I should mention, of course, there is also the ferry and bus exchange, so if you do want to set up a bus route, say like this one, in fact, actually, so if we do that with this one, just remove those. So now we can just simply move them over. So now let's go to the buses. Whoops. Probably shouldn't have done that. Right, so where's the line going? I see. Right. So now, as you can see, the buses will now actually go in the depot itself. So that's good. So basically, that's a free bus stop, effectively. Right, now I need to go back to ferries to rebuild that. There we go. Alright, so now that that's there, now we get to the final bit of the puzzle. Now we get to setting up the boats themselves. Because now what we need to do is set up the ferry line itself. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then complete. Oh, actually, what I might as well do is right. It goes in a circle. No, okay, yeah. So now that we've completed the line, the ferry should start rolling out. Yep, there he goes. So, yep, these ferries would just go down the route. And of course you can change the budget to how much you want the ferries. So how many ferries you want. I don't think it'll be too busy at the moment, so I'll probably set it to 2 ferries. Because at the moment, as you can see, it's 5. Oop. So we want budget for that. So ferries will go, let's go with about 90%. Should be about right. So, admittedly, this video has been a little bit longer than planned. We've still got 1 or 2 other features to look at. So I think what will probably be best is if we look at the other side in next week's video. So yeah, we'll probably look at the second half of the Mass Transit DLC in next week's video. So anyway, there was a first look. So there was the first half of my look at the Mass Transit DLC for City Skylines. This is a very fun DLC to use. I do like my transport, and next week we've got probably the bit I want to show off the most is the monorails. So we've got the monorails, the cable car, and some stuff with the planes. So we'll show those off in next week's video. I'll probably do a little bit of work off camera because obviously we need to get some money in preparation for the next video. But until then, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you did enjoy this episode, then please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when my newest City Skylines content will be going up. Also, be free to check out my previous City Skylines videos as well. And also, if you want to help support SliferKing, then please check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/SliferKing. The link will be in the description of the video and at the annotations at the end. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and for now, this is SliferKing, signing out.